And that's it. You just spoon it right over the crab. I wish you guys could smell these herbs though. They smell absolutely delicious.
Over the last few months, we've all been away from the things we love. But that doesn't mean we haven't discovered new things. So in launching their new wine cellar, LG Signature has invited me, wine critic James Suckling, and a group of incredible New York City chefs to share some of our notes on the things we've learned this season and the dishes those lessons have inspired. This is Notes from the Cellar. In this time of quarantine, I like to be as consistent as possible. I don't like to really alter things too drastically, no matter whatever it is I'm going through. So taking care of my body and my mental health is so important. Just from my own experiences as a ballerina, my body is my instrument. And to be as fully prepared, it's what I'm putting into my body, not just how I'm physically taking care of it from the outside in. And the more that you eat well, the more you eat healthy foods, the more you're gonna crave them. No matter what it is you're doing, if you're a mother, if you're a father, you're a student, you're a sister, whatever it is you're doing, I think it's really important for us to just remember that we don't have to deprive ourselves of really great tasting food when we're thinking about fueling our bodies and eating well. So today, I'm really excited that we're going to be hearing from Chef Brian Lockwood. He'll be elevating the classic salad with a little help from the Alaskan king crab. Gosh, I wish I was there with you. Take it away, Brian.
My name is Brian Lockwood. I'm the chef de cuisine at 11 Madison Park in New York City. When the city shut down, our restaurant closed. My parents offered for us to come back to Colorado. We kind of jumped at that opportunity to come back, slow down, and just spend time together as a family. I mean, the last 3 years of my daughter's life, I've spent working 90-hour work weeks. Slowing down, I've had the opportunity to get back to doing daily exercises. I'm running, getting a full night's sleep every single night, eating healthy, and just taking better care of myself. I'm really excited about this dish because it's healthy and it's really delicious. Today, I'm gonna cook a nice, light, summery salad with Alaskan king crab, bib lettuce, avocado, tarragon, and yogurt. I love this dish because it's based around the crab. I love seafood, I love the ocean. I lived in Maui for a year and I worked at a fish market, just butchering fish, which was a real highlight of my career. I have all the ingredients for today in the LG Signature refrigerator. I love the fact that you can see through the door, you can tap it, light comes on. To me, it's like a restaurant refrigerator. It's just very efficient. So the first thing we're gonna do here, we're gonna make a tarragon oil and tarragon bread crumble. We're gonna blanch the tarragon and cook it for about a minute and a half. And we're gonna add our oil to it. And we're just gonna start blending it on high speed for about 5 minutes. And what that does is it just creates the infusion of the flavor to the oil. And now we're just gonna place it on an ice bath, strain it through our coffee filter, and come back to it in an hour. The next steps we're gonna make our tarragon bread crumble. We're gonna start by dicing our bread. Can be whatever you have kicking around in the freezer, doesn't have to be anything fancy. One thing that can be tricky is getting a garnish like this to cook evenly because it can burn and not brown properly. So this LG Signature range actually uses gas for the cooktop and electricity for the oven. So you can get the best of both worlds there. While that's baking in the oven, I'm gonna go ahead and we're just gonna fry this tarragon. 350-degree oil. Make sure we have like a nice pot with high sides on it. It just helps to splatter. You just want to let it go until the bubbles stop. Breadcrumbs are looking beautiful, nice and golden, so we're gonna take them out and just let these guys cool for a second. Gonna add a little nutritional yeast to it, add our fried tarragon. A quick little trick for this too, you can just usually just take this whole mixture, put it in a Ziploc baggie, and you can just smash it with a pot. After it's been crushed up, this is what we're looking for. Delicious. So now we're gonna transition into making the vinaigrette and the yogurt for this dish. Grab a lemon. I prefer Meyer lemons. They're a little bit more floral, but it doesn't have to be Meyer lemon. Microplane a little bit of the zest in it, just for those floral notes. Take a little bit of garlic. We're gonna peel it. We're gonna microplane the garlic. A little bit of Dijon mustard. A half of a lemon. It's been juiced to it. Just kind of start my whisk here in the beginning. And we just emulsify in some olive oil. Next step, we're gonna make the tarragon yogurt. Well, you can use whatever fat content of yogurt you want. The tarragon oil, a little pinch of salt. I'm just gonna whisk that up. It turns out really beautiful, I think. Once our tarragon yogurt is done, we're just gonna go ahead and refrigerate this and transition into cleaning our king crab. These are our king crab leg. There's just little bits of cartilage in here, so I just kind of pull on it, put my fingers in between them, and pull on it, and I get this little cartilage out of there. Cut at the joints, just let it naturally fall apart. And then we actually just start to cut the shells. Being careful with the scissors, as they will take your finger off. You should just be able to open it right up, and then you just take out the meat. To cook the crab, start with a nice little piece of butter in a saute pan. We're just gonna melt it. We're gonna add our crab now to the butter and put this on medium to low heat and just warm it through. Just take about a minute, and we're almost done here with the crab, so I think we can start thinking about the little brown butter vinaigrette. Once our butter has just got a nice brownness to it, add a little bit of shallot. And now we just cook that for a second. And now I just add all the herbs to it. The chopped tarragon, sliced chives, and that's it. You just spoon it right over the crab. I wish you guys could smell these herbs though. They smell absolutely delicious. While we're getting ready to plate this, I'm gonna pass it over to wine critic James Suckling, who's gonna share a wine pairing that he's selected to go with this dish.
A lot of people say, oh, well, my wines I store in a professional wine storage. But what I like about the LG SIGNATURE Wine Cellar is the idea of having those bottles with you, and within reach, you can pull the bottle out and have an incredible moment. It's beautiful, but it also keeps your wine at the right temperature, the right humidity. It's a perfect environment to store your wine. Today, we've got a great pairing, and I'm really excited about it. When I hear crab, I think of Chardonnay right away. And not just any Chardonnay. It has to be a rich Chardonnay with some nice buttery notes to go with the shellfish. And this is one that I really love, the Beringer Chardonnay, Napa Valley, 2018. You're gonna love it.
We're gonna plate the dish now. So we're gonna start by just dressing the greens with our vinaigrette here. I like to kind of let it kind of pool into some of these cups. Then we're gonna plate the yogurt. The last little bit of tarragon oil on there. Place our lettuce on, throw the avocado on. Add these little pockets of our tarragon crumble to it. And now we're just gonna add the crab, and we're just gonna drizzle a little bit more vinaigrette on it, and that's the dish. It's beautiful, it's light, it's fresh, it's summery. I'm gonna go grab a quick glass of wine before I dig in. Today we made the salad. We started with making tarragon oil. We made a tarragon bread crumble, tarragon yogurt out of that oil, made a simple lemon vinaigrette, and then we just warmed the crab meat and just a little brown butter vinaigrette. I love this dish because it's fresh, it's simple, it's driven by quality ingredients, it's nutritious, and you feel great after eating it. Cheers and thank you.
It's been such a pleasure. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you've enjoyed cooking these meals at home. Cheers.